At 9:30, my doorbell rang. The only person who ever rang my doorbell was Shirley, one house down, so I knew it had to be Shirley. Oh, poor Shirley. She'd gotten divorced sometime in the mid-70s, and after her husband took off for Grass Valley with the lady who sold vitamins at the sad old strip mall health food store. The Nut Hut. Everything in that store was brown or brownish. It definitely had the brown sound, that audio frequency between 5 and 9 hertz that makes you have to take a dump. Theoretically, that is. Like Clapton's guitar with its woman tone that makes the lady cream their Jordashes. How weird that when natural food got what was essentially its sex appeal makeover in the 90s, everything purportedly au natural went from being brown to being green. So, Shirley's Pan Am pilot husband moved out, and she raised the 5 kids by herself, getting bigger and more outwardly fundamentalist every year, until finally, the last kid, the checkered Albertsons, left the house, and she just kind of fell apart, really. She even stopped going to her super church, the one that had the wooden Jesus whittled real skinny on the corner of Moore Park and Bollinger, the one that my brother and I once threw frozen peas at, shouting, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" from the Wayback Machine of the station wagon. It frustrated my dad to no end that Shirley stayed in the house, allowing the plaster and shingles to slough off in patches like it had alopecia. "Why doesn't she just buy a little condo?" my dad would say in an accusatory fashion, as if me and my brother were in on it with her. "She wouldn't have to worry about the yard, for one. For two, she could probably meet a nice man to play racquetball with. For three, there are a lot of zippy little condos right there off Hamilton. They have electric garage doors, too. You know, they call it a genie because you just have to press the button and the door goes up. Do you get it? It's like it's magic. I don't know. I thought it was kind of cute." When I finally answered at the front door, I could see that Shirley had decided to doll herself up a little. I mean, she was still wearing her sky blue sweatpants and one of her fun t-shirts, but her gray page boy had been combed forward, and oh my God, did she put a yellow plastic beret in it? Yes, she did. She did. It was shaped like a bow. "I need you to help me," she said, peering into the living room behind me, which was stacked with about 100 grocery bags of old shit that I was about to take to the thrift store any time now. "I need somebody to help me with Willow Glen Lifestyles," she said. "The home tour. It's Saturday and Sunday. I just need somebody for Sunday." Oh, Shirley. I shut the door behind me and stepped out. I don't know. I can't be around people like that. I'm too much of a jerk. Shirley's natural expression, sort of a tarpaulin of regret strapped over a flatbed of disappointment, changed for the worst. Here she was asking for help. I'm getting the sense for the first time in years, and here I was saying no. "Yes," I said, "yes, I will help. What do I do? And please don't say just to be myself, because when you're me, it doesn't work out so well most of the time." Shirley didn't crack a smile at first, but allowed her toes to dance upon the suede insoles of her Easy Spirit sandals. Okay, this is great," she clapped. Shirley had told me about this Willow Glen Lifestyles event when I first moved in. It was a fundraiser for preschool kids from low-income families, staffed by volunteers in the neighborhood. People who buy tickets get to take tours of some of the fancier homes in the area, walking through people's bedrooms, kitchens, and great rooms, most of which are newly renovated in a style I can only describe as Rococo renovation hardware, crate and barrel, Carmela Soprano meets an upscale recovery center for maybe not drugs, but plastic surgery or trunking, that kind of dogfighting where the dogs get thrown in the trunk of a Mercedes and only one emerges victorious. At the last house, the people get a boxed lunch and have the opportunity to buy hand-painted garden umbrellas and whimsical lawn ornaments, while envying the backyard koi pond, herb garden, and ground-level trampoline of the Hurwitz, a family of 5 whose bio says they enjoy skiing, baseball, and volunteering at an orphanage in Zihuatanejo every summer. Just make sure people take off their shoes and put on the little paper booties when they enter the home, and don't let them steal anything. And they can't use the bathrooms. There's one in the pool house of the Richard Street house for everybody to use, but no bathroom visits and no snooping. So I did it. I womaned one of the houses for 6 hours that Sunday afternoon, and watching these older suburban ladies parade through the house all day, I had a notable revelation. Expanding on the idea, like that early middle age, like I was experiencing, is kind of another adolescence. You're awkward again, your hair's all wrong, you have problem skin, etc. I really think on a lot of different levels that later middle-aged women, like north of 60, are like babies. I mean, they wear lots of pastels, their pants have elasticized waistbands, their t-shirts and sweaters are adorned with cute pictures of things like teddy bears and sandcastle building equipment. This is the narrator speaking. They just love dolls. Just like in those Baby Einstein videos, they're really into pandas, rain sticks, and the Impressionists. Their socks have silly patterns, their shoes have Velcro closures. I watch these women all day as they toddle around, heads lolling about, cooing at shiny objects, babbling in their own language. And they do travel in packs, not unlike a home daycare center, out for a mid-morning stroll before diaper checks and a nap. It was toward the end of the day when another one of these toddler crones came in. Her cheeks were flushed and she padded straight for the half bathroom in the little paper booties we make them wear. I had been fending off incontinent seniors with tiny tanks all day, and it was exhausting. I'm sorry, I said. We can't have you using the bathrooms here. There are bathrooms available at the home on Richard Street, just around the corner. Oh, my stomach, she said. I looked around to see if anyone was watching. It's an emergency, she pleaded. And then a wet farting sound oscillated throughout the hallway, ricocheting off the bamboo floors and vaulted ceilings as she clenched her thighs tightly together and looked up at me. Tears sprung to our eyes simultaneously. Go ahead, I whispered, go on. She scooted toward the toilet as if her ankles were bound. As more visitors came down the hall, I tried to distract them from the closed door. But on a home tour, these bathrooms with their heated floors, luxury shower heads, and artisanal hampers are fetishized just as much as the kitchens. I'm sorry, I said. There's somebody in there. I could hear the woman unrolling a length of toilet paper, the faucet turning on and off, shifting her feet this way and that, shoe soles squeaking. Oh. I stood guard, plucking another pillow mint from the carved teak bowl in the entryway, and tried to remember, when was the last time I crapped my own pants? Early 90s, double dose of ecstasy, outdoor robot war, how I met my husband. Birthday to you guys. Thanks for having me.